Oh, we're live. Hey, everyone. Thanks for coming out to Ronny365. I can't even say my own words anymore. It's that kind of year already. Happy New Year. I decided to do a show every day at 11 a.m. because I was like, my New Year's resolution is to hate myself just this much more. Guys, it's not actually 2021 till the Electoral College certifies it. That is where we're at right now. I don't even think that it's January 3rd. I just think today's December 34th. Uh, let's see. Yeah, you guys could laugh if you want. But also, those jokes don't really deserve laughs. Do you guys want to hear some news jokes?
Woo!
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like the one woo and the one yeah. And those were my roommates screaming from the other room. Just kidding. That'd be fun though. How about roommates just watching as an audience? I don't know if you guys saw this in the news this week, but there's a house for Vermont for sale, and it comes with a really like quirky, weird little catch. Did we see this in the news, everyone? This house comes with 7 intact jail cells in the basement. Guys, this is perfect for when your little one needs a timeout of 5 to 10. What are you in for? I called mommy a poopy head. Uh, I enjoy laughs. Thanks. It's a good thing to wake up to is laughter. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this week in Namibia, a politician was elected as like a local official, but he has a really unfortunate name. His name is Unona Adolf Hitler. That is real. That's an unfortunate name. That's the true part of it. He couldn't lose this election though. He's like, his slogan was, "I can't lose. I love the Jews." I hope that was his actual slogan. Better than Kanye's slogan, which was "Yes." I don't know if you guys know this. Kanye's actual slogan was "Yes."
Huh.
It's been reported there have been vicious squirrel attacks in one neighborhood in Queens. One bystander saw it and said it was absolutely nuts.
Yo.
Hey, that's the kind of comedy we're going for on this show. All right. New Year's, new us, new person, new people. I got a lot of radio call-ins this week about New Year's resolutions that people are making. There's a lot of quirky resolutions. There's a lot of cool resolutions. So I'm just going to take some phone calls right now. Caller one, you're on the air. Do you have New Year's resolutions?
Yeah. I spent a lot of time listening to my mama denigrate my taxidermy frogs, but this year I decided I'm gonna take off and everybody can buy my movie frogs. What's your favorite movie there, Ronald?
My favorite movie of all time was probably Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, now imagine a little frog walking a green mile. That makes itself Green Mile Frog, and you can buy them at my frog Leaping Frogs, taxidermy leapingfrogs.com.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, caller. Caller two, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Oh, well, I have ceased to believe in any sort of New Year's resolution after 2020. I actually, if I want a disappointment every year, then I wait for my birthday. I mean, I have fallen short of every goal. I'm just sped up, and I mean it.
Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear all that. Well, I hope 2021's better for you. Caller three, any New Year's resolutions that we should know about?
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep myself properly groomed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my nails every single day, but just a little bit, not a lot, just enough so that they don't grow. So it's like they don't even grow at all.
Oh, all right. Well, that sounds painful, but I'm glad to know you're taking your grooming into your own hands, literally. That's the kind of humor we're going for on the show. Thanks, callers. You are all amazing. Our first guest today had a talk show at I.O. in Chicago. Please welcome Jonders.
Where's all the applause coming in later, or is that a post effect? Thank you.
Getting it right now. So much applause. Do you want more?
That was fine. That was fine.
Great. How are you doing?
You know what? I'm not doing great, and I've been wrestling with whether or not to go public about this. I am not Jonders. There was I can only assume some type of monkey paw type wish I've been transported from the year 1901. I have overtaken this vessel, and this is not the first option I would have taken. It's a lot. I don't know what to do at this point. I, if you have any suggestions, I'm open to it. I have a problem though.
What's your problem?
First of all, okay, I come from the early, I lived most of my life in the 1800s, but 1901, and I come here. Everything's different. First of all, apparently this person who the body I've taken over is non-binary. That wasn't a thing in 1901. I have no idea what the hell that is. Second of all, I was a very rich man in 1901. You know what rich men did?
What did rich men do?
Well, the luxury that you people have now in this year 2021 of McDonald's fast food restaurants, even the poorest of your people have these TV. I don't even know what this thing is, but you all walk around with these things in your pocket. You know what I had to do for entertainment?
What did you do?
We went to see plays.
Ooh, those are fun.
No, they're not. You people literally have hundreds of hours of entertainment in your pocket. We didn't even have pockets in 1901. Look it up.
Oh, I'm Googling it right now. No
What's
pocket.
Google?
It is this beacon in the sky. It's like a god that has all the information.
Oh, the good Christian God, right?
Yes, good Christian God who answers all of your prayers.
I'm sick of, back in 1901, the people knew how to stay in their place. All these Catholics are out talking about how great they are. All these, it's sickening. We Catholics? Ugh.
Ugh. I'm Catholic and I'm like, ugh.
Oh my God. I shouldn't even be talking to you. And you know what? It just, everybody. So, back from where I'm from, everybody had a good amount of shame about them. People aren't all out in, people are all happy to be who they are now. It's disgusting.
So would you prefer that people are just like upset about life?
Yes. That's a good, healthy thing to push it down, to keep it all inside.
So what's your feeling on Friedrich Nietzsche?
What is that? Some kind of Frenchman?
He, I believe German. Yeah, I feel like you just are very in line with his. I think you should read their work tonight.
As somebody from 1901, I gotta say I love the Germans. I can't predict anything going wrong with the Germans in the near future. Definitely, they seem like they all are lined up, very peaceful people, and I definitely don't foresee any problems with the Germans in the near future.
Yeah. So how did you get to now?
Here's my theory. All right, I took a young lover once, right, and I think on their deathbed they wished for me to come back, but then they died. So now I'm stuck here, and they're dead. So I need a monkey paws wish is the thing here. So if anybody knows of any monkey paws,
I'm gonna ask the radio call-ins later if they have any monkey paws.
that'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, we got one YouTube comment right now, and it's "Hi, good morning." How do you respond to that?
We used to be much more formal. Good morrow, ye is something that we said a lot in 1901. Definitely not earlier than that.
Uh-huh.
What does this person have indoor plumbing that's commenting? Could you ask the commenter if they have indoor plumbing?
I will ask them if they have indoor plumbing, and we'll wait for the answer. Hopefully, we have the answer before you leave.
That'd be great.
But yeah, do you?
You know what we used to do we used to boil everything.
So that leads me to believe that you. So we talked about indoor plumbing, and we quickly went to boiling. Were you boiling your poop?
Yeah, I was boiling. Well, what are you gonna do? Just let it sit there?
Sure.
You boil it, you get the smell out.
Uh-huh.
And then, it's the helps deal to, clean the pots and pans. I don't deal with them really. I don't like it. You ring the bell, they come in, they give you your wine, they leave. I don't know what they do.
Yeah. We haven't got an answer yet on indoor plumbing. So you don't like indoor plumbing. So how did you deal with the toilet paper shortage a few months ago?
Well, I think toilet paper is a luxury, and I don't think it's necessary. What I do is I draw a quick bath, splash around a little bit, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's the old me would do the same thing. New Year's resolution me different.
So your New Year's resolution was toilet paper.
Yeah, it was just buy more toilet paper. buy the most amount of toilet paper so that there's never toilet paper shortage in this house.
This vessel that I've taken over, bidet,
Oh. So they
which
have
is
things
French,
in
I think.
1901?
No, they didn't have it back then. This thing. And you know what? I'm not a fan of whatever this guy was doing. You know, first of all, decided they weren't a guy. I still don't get what that is. It's all comic books and Funko Pops. You know, what kind of adult collects little vinyl toy figures?
What is that a Funko Pop of?
I believe the box on this one said Princess Kenny. I don't know what a Princess Kenny is.
Neither do
Something
I.
of the South Park.
Okay, all right. It's a show I don't know too much about, if we're being honest. Okay, so our YouTube commenter has not answered if they have indoor plumbing, so we'll just assume yes. That seems to be the easy assumption these days.
Or they didn't have indoor plumbing, saw the comment, became deeply ashamed, and started calling plumbers, started buying pipes,
Started boiling their poop,
boiling their poop.
boiling their pee-pee.
Do you boil the poop in the pee-pee?
I think at the same time, like poop soup, right?
Yeah, poop soup.
That's how you make poop soup.
Is this the candor of all 2021 people? This gutter, foul mouth, slack jaw upheaval?
Yeah, I think we over the last 100 and whatever amount of years, 120 years, we've taken on like a higher form and we're like, yeah, poo poo pee pee.
I don't care for this.
Poo poo pee pee to you too.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go hang out with the Germans, who are definitely peaceful.
Uh, yeah, Germans are so peaceful. So we have about a minute left. Is there anything you want the world to know before we wrap it up?
You're all disgusting. I don't care for, I was shown the TikTok the other day. I like that, to be honest. I think TikTok's the best thing you guys have going.
Mhm.
I love the young people, their dance moves, their thirst traps. Thirst traps are my favorite, actually. Because back in my day, we didn't have thirst traps. We would go to a picture show and a woman would show their ankle, which was something, a sight to behold, if I'm being honest with you. But the thirst traps have definitely, if I'm being honest, a little bit too much,
Are you on the TikToks?
Oh yeah, I do a lot of I do the Charleston. I do a lot of different of my dance moves on the TikTok.
Yeah, the Charleston was definitely out in 1901.
It's all very, time is a funny thing, it all happened, it all didn't happen.
Time is a construct, just like gender. It's all a construct.
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? All right. What are you plugging before you get out of here? Time travel in person?
The vessel that I took over has two podcasts. One's a football podcast, Forward Past Thinking Audio Content. The other one's a comedy podcast called Joke Off, where this non-binary person and a lesbian tells jokes about the current events. So if, trans and lesbians are interesting to you, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Not for me, though.
not
I
for,
think they're dirty sinners.
not in 1901.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here, not Jonders.
Thank you for having me. And also, it's clear that this is not only the first time I've done improv in like about a year. This is the first time I've ever done it because I'm from 1901. So thank you.
Improv's not invented in 1901.
Yes, and
Oh, there it is. That was amazing. Everyone, clap it up. Clap it up for Jonders, but not.
woo, I was a big fan of that person, and I'm not Jonders. Woo!
Wow, audience member. I like that my roommates are just yelling from the other room right now. Just kidding. Those aren't my roommates. They're all like, stop making noise so early. All right, I got some more radio call-ins today. These radio call-ins, everyone's got a podcast. I'm the only one who doesn't have a podcast, so I asked for audience outsourcing of like outlandish podcasts that I could start. So I was just curious of like, what kind of podcast should I start? Should I be starting one in 2021? So caller one, do you have any like suggestions or pitches or podcasts that I should start maybe?
Yeah, well, this is more of a title. I want to start a podcast. Well, you could maybe start it, but I want to call it My Podcast. So when hipsters are talking about their podcast, they're really plugging my podcast.
Oh my God, that's genius. What would the content of that be?
Well, I would talk about other podcasts that I like to listen to. So it'd be a podcast about podcasts called My Podcast.
Okay, before I let you go, is there one or two podcasts that you really love?
Yeah, Forward Past Thinking Audio Content and Joke Off are my two favorite podcasts of all the podcasts.
Oh wow, we just had a guest talk about both of those podcasts, so
Oh
thanks.
my god, no way! I bet they were totally very cute too.
They were adorable. Thank you, caller one. All right, next caller. Crazy podcast, outlandish podcast. What's a podcast?
I would like to pitch the alliteration podcast where 80% of whatever you say is an alliteration. So think Mama made me mash my M&Ms.
Oh Lord. So everything on this podcast is an alliteration of things I'm thinking.
Yes. We're looking at one episode per half a decade.
Okay, let's see if we could do one real quick. I said things I'm thinking. That's almost an alliteration, right?
It is. And I would like to pitch militants made mistresses mash their meatloafs because I'm going vegan.
Oh yeah, that works. I like this. I might start this podcast. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, caller 3, crazy podcast. How we feeling?
I'm thinking we got to do the happy birthday podcast. You
Ooh.
know, every podcast, it's somebody's birthday. So that way you're guaranteed an audience. You're going to have the friends of the person. They're going to listen in. So you're going to have, you got to figure at least 5 people every single time.
Yeah, definitely. So it's just everyone, whatever day it is, that's whose birthday it is. Like we talk about those people.
You got to find somebody who's got a birthday on whatever day it is. So it takes a little bit of research. It's not one of these simple podcasts.
No. So do you think that all podcasts are simple these days?
I think maybe some of them are a little bit lazy. Like there's this one, it's called Comics Who Love Comic Books. How hard was that to come up with?
Oh my God. Is it about comics, like comedian comics who like comic books?
It's comedians who like to talk about comic books. What the big whoop? Although I hear it's pretty good.
I hear it's good. I also think that their producer creator is amazing.
Oh, I hear that too. I heard that too. Maybe the word's getting around.
Yeah, I love it. All right, thanks for calling in. All right, everyone, those are some podcast pitches. If you like any of those podcast pitches, comment in the YouTube. Maybe I'll start one of those podcasts. I'm really leaning towards the birthday podcast because I like birthdays. And also Kanye West, his political party is called the Birthday Party. So for me, I just want to celebrate Kanye West every day. All right, we have a really great stand-up right now. They're from the DC, Maryland area. They recently were featured on the New York Underground Comedy Festival. Please give it up for Mudit Verma. How are you?
Hello, everybody. YouTube universe. What is poppin'? My name is Mudit. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name is spelled M-U-D-I-T, but I don't work in IT. I'm actually a pharmacist. I'm a pharmacist, which means because I'm Indian, I'm a half-assed version of my parents' expectations. See, my parents wanted a doctor that writes prescriptions, not just takes them at the CVS drive-through. You know, they wanted a giver, not a receiver. But I told my folks, you know, they're giving me a hard time. I told my folks that I do have an MD. I technically have an MD, and it's in my first name. It's just you that got in between it. That'll show them, huh? You know, what's interesting is, although I graduated from pharmacy school, I decided to change careers, and, you know, become a stand-up comedian not too long ago because the timing worked out, right? And you know, because I have a pharmacy degree, but I'm not actively practicing, I'm just as legal as any other drug dealer, really. Just with awkward social skills. And I think like having studied drugs for several years, I've realized that for me, at the end of the day, laughter is the best medicine. It just pays the worst. But it's not all bad because I have other friends, you know, comedian colleagues in the DC, Maryland area that they have to hide their stand-up from their families, you know, that their folks are not aware that they do comedy. And so I'm thankful for the gift of being able to openly disappoint my parents. Transparency is a beautiful thing. And now I can carry that transparency through Zoom. We're in like a second lockdown, and I got to tell you, my sense of time is so messed up that I stay fully dressed in the shower. And that's how I avoid doing laundry.
Mhm.
You know, it's like now my wardrobe smells like the men's 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, body wash. You know, I talk about my feelings a lot. I post on social media, but whenever I post, I make sure to do it after 5 p.m. so everyone thinks I'm employed.
Huh.
And if I wake up really on edge, then I'll post at noon so everyone thinks I'm on lunch. But just kidding. I wake up way past noon, unless we're talking Pacific time. You know, like the LA folks really admire me because to them I'm a morning person, kind of, unless things are really rough. Then I was raised Hindu, and us Hindus we believe in reincarnation, and the way that works is you look at karma. And the way to get good karma is you do good things in a given lifetime to get reincarnated into something higher on the food chain. So I'm doing all kinds of volunteer work and community service. So I get reincarnated as a trust fund baby. Now, I promise I'll be one of those good philanthropic ones, like I won't start any pyramid schemes. Speaking of which, you ever get so lonely you actually want to join a pyramid scheme? Yeah, me neither. Like who would do such a thing? Hopefully the celestial ones didn't hear me there. I would get DMs about pyramid schemes from high school friends, and instead of ignoring them, I would start escalating the tension. I would start arguing with these friends about the pyramid scheme, and then I would argue about like politics and then pop culture. I would even argue with them about memes, and they'd be like, really, Mudit? Like, is this random meme the hill that you want to die on? I'm like, well, I'm Hindu, and Hindus believe in reincarnation, so that gives me unlimited hills to die on. You can just argue all day, endlessly. Talking about being in between jobs earlier, and I'm really trying to stand out with these Zoom interviews because I think when you're trying to get the job, I just don't know that the cadence of my personality can make it through. And so I do this bit. I'm going to adjust the background here. I do this. When I'm prompted about strengths and weaknesses, I do the following bit, which involves a soccer ball. And the reason is because, I wanted to play soccer at one point at a higher tier. But I'll say if this bit doesn't go well, then I'll be bawling in tears. So here we go. Let's say you're the job interviewer, and we're talking about strengths and weaknesses. So my strength is multitasking, because they say that in order to be successful, you've got to juggle multiple commitments. But weaknesses, I'm a little too ambitious, because technically I'm only juggling one commitment. I mean, who juggles one ball, And let's say I feel like vacation time is a bit too short. And let's say I want to go to Cancun. It's frustrating because it's like, boom, 2 weeks, and I've got to return from Cancun. Oh boy, somebody hire me. What's interesting is my name, autocorrect often changes my name to the word audit. And that's ironic, because there has to be at least 10 other Indian guys on the maintenance team for autocorrect. Like, get our names in the system, for crying out loud. They didn't take that email pitch too well. But I'll tell you this, I'm really gunning for any day job at this point. And I usually close my comedy sets with a certain song, a certain catchphrase. And the song is from the movie Madagascar, and it goes, "I like to move it." And I usually close with the phrase, "I like to mood it." But because I'm like really looking to get employed, I'll even work for the IRS. I think I might change my catchphrase to "I like to audit." And so if anyone out there is listening, the IRS, Zoom, the FBI, FDA, please hire me. And frankly, I will go above and beyond. Thank you. That's my time. My name is Mudit Verma.
Everyone, give it up for Mudit. There was one comment that you were the best prop comic since Carrot Top.
Oh, awesome. I hope that's a good thing.
I think it's good. That person was me who said it.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we have some more radio call-ins. Let me just check my notes real quick. I just want to make sure that I got this right because it was hotly contested between a couple of things. Our radio call-in people today, they wanted to debate, is Applebee's a good restaurant or like the greatest restaurant? Caller one, do you have opinions on Applebee's?
Well, don't you? It's the greatest restaurant of all time. They got the mozzarella sticks. They serve 6 to 8. They have the double crunch bone-in wings, serving 10 to 12. You're having a party, you're going to Applebee's. I mean, you got I don't know if I could say this, but it's listed here. You got the Oriental grilled chicken salad. You got the Tuscany grilled chicken salad. And if I can get Frank to drive me there, I'd go every gosh darn night.
Oh, is Frank your partner?
Frank's I call him my boo. We still do it on the regular, even though we've been married for 35 years, if you want to know.
Well, that's saucy. I like that. Thank you for calling. Caller 2, Applebee's, good restaurant or like the greatest restaurant?
Oh, I'm frustrated with Applebee's. I'm vegetarian, and Applebee's has a fruit in its name. Like, you would think that there would be more options for me.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's a paradox I never thought about. Like Applebee's, it's not like vegan bees or anything.
Yeah, it grinds my gears because these chains they're coming up with everything. Like KFC came up with the video game console, but they'll do all that, but they won't come up with some vegetarian friendly options. It just sucks.
Do you have like one or two vegetarian options that you wish was at Applebee's?
Ooh. Maybe they could have. I like salads with feta cheese. Maybe even get a little fancy. Throw an apple in there. I mean, I like fruit in my salads.
I like fruit salads that are like topped with bacon. So there we go. That's what we're.
I mean, that's upsetting.
Caller 3, Applebee's, good restaurant or like great restaurant?
Applebee's is all right. I mean, they got the mozzarella sticks, they got the wings, they got the things. It's not too bad, but it's no Denny's. They don't have a dish like Moon's Over My Hammy. That's a meal fit for a king. You got to have good names these days. Everything all about marketing.
Do you have like one or two marketed dishes that you want to like pitch to us?
I would like to see perhaps the fruit salad combined with the regular salad. So what you have is you have a fruit salad, right? And then you have a regular salad, and you put them together, and you call it the mashup.
Ooh,
salad mashup. It would be the best thing. They would sell 1 million of them.
Yeah, I would eat that. It almost sounds like a salad mashed potato.
A salad mashed potato would be even better. Or better yet, is you take an apple, like Fred, the other caller was saying. You take an apple and you put it in the mashed potato with just sticking out of the skin. You actually bake the apple inside the mashed potato, and what you call that is an apple-tato.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much for calling in, because now I want to go eat an apple-tato. Okay, before we move on, I realized that I forgot to ask Mudit what they want to plug. Mudit, anything you want to plug? Sorry for going out of order.
Yeah, no worries. Sure. I have a YouTube channel that's youtube.com/MuditVerma. That's simply my first and last name. And all of my social media handles is I like to Mudit. That's the number 2. I like to Mudit. And yeah, that's Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Yeah.
I like that. If my name was Mudit, I'd screw up the whole thing and be like, too legit to Mudit. Thank you. All right. Our next comedian is the host and producer of Comics Who Love Comic Books. Please give it up for Brett Singer.
Hello, Ronnie.
Hi, Brett. How are you?
Good. How are you? I should probably turn on my camera.
Yes. There you are. There's that beautiful face.
Hello.
Spotlight.
Hello, hello. So happy 2021.
Happy 21 to you.
Very exciting.
Any fun resolutions?
I don't really make resolutions. I feel like you should always be kind of working towards things throughout the year. That being said, I weigh too much. So I'm going to do the very basic thing of trying to lose weight, which I was already trying to do, but maybe I'll try a little harder.
Would you eat a mashed potato salad to lose weight?
I would absolutely, if absolutely. What's wrong with a mashed potato salad?
Yeah, I'm forgetting the name already. It was like a tato salad, and I was like, whoever called in and said that is a
An
genius.
apple tato.
Yeah. Oh, you've heard of apple
Oh,
potatoes?
I've heard of the apple tato. Absolutely. It's really taken the world by storm.
Yeah. Um, Man, I'm so hungry. That's all I'm thinking about now is food, and I know this because I've gained about 30 quarantine pounds, and now I'm technically overweight.
Wow, that's not good. I haven't gained a lot, but I was already kind of overweight, so it didn't really matter.
Do you
The
use that as an
the
excuse?
trick to not gaining weight in quarantine is to already be overweight, and then it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, I was just like, oh man, how can I have like a regular, like, I don't want to say healthy body because I'm not healthy, but just like healthy weighted body. And then I was like, let's just eat a lot. Who cares? This isn't the time to care, right?
Well, it's very difficult to care when we're in this,
This.
right? It's not easy.
No, it's not. But I don't know. My fingers are crossed of like when the warm weather plus vaccines and people taking it more seriously, like hopefully the springtime is better, but who knows?
I think it'll be easier when we can when I mean obviously we can go outside now, but it's cold.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a lot easier when it's a little warmer again.
I went to an outdoor bar yesterday and we had like socially distanced and it's very cold out. New York is only like 35, 40 degrees.
Yeah, no, that's just, and I think it's gonna get colder.
Yeah. And you're drinking to stay warm.
Right.
But
Just
like,
line up the whiskeys and then we'll be okay.
do you have a favorite whiskey?
I really like there's a whiskey I've been drinking called Tin Cup that I like a lot.
Ooh,
And
did you
also another one that's a little hard to find called Cedar Ridge.
Ooh, I've never heard of it. Is that a
Yeah, Cedar Ridge is from, oh God, where it's from. I think it's from Ohio or Iowa. One of those places. It's terrible that I can't remember. It's really good. There's a couple of different variants. There's the reserve is impossible to find. I got the reserve as a gift from somebody. And then there's a single malt that I've been drinking. I've definitely been drinking. I don't know about you, but I've been drinking a lot in quarantine.
Do you have like a go-to like cocktail that you like make?
I don't really. We were experimenting a little bit for New Year's, my wife and I. We did a couple of champagne cocktails. There was one, it was called a French something. It was like gin, champagne. There was a gin, champagne, and what else was in there? I can't remember. It was good. It was pretty good with gin, champagne, maybe a little simple syrup. It was pretty good.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it was tasty.
Yeah. Yesterday I went at the outdoor bar. I got a butter cider with whiskey.
Ooh, now what is that?
I think they like melted some brown butter and then put cider on top of it, like a warm cider. And then I didn't ask what kind of whiskey it was. I assume a bourbon, but I just got some well whiskey.
Wow,
Yeah, I didn't ask. And then it was like topped with some cinnamon and a cinnamon stick.
that sounds good.
It was delicious. I could
I've
have,
never heard of a cocktail with butter.
yeah, butter beer for those.
Yeah, no, butterbeer, right? But it doesn't butterbeer not have alcohol?
Yeah, I used to run a theater bar, and one night we did a Harry Potter show, and I just made butterbeer by adding butter to beer. And Harry Potter nerds were like, "That's not the recipe for
That's
butterbeer."
not. I think butterbeer is more like a root beer, right?
I think so. I went online. I am like 1 year too old to have liked Harry Potter. It came out when I was like 13 or 14, and I was like, if I was 12 when Harry Potter came out, I think I would have liked Harry Potter. But I'm
Right.
like 1 year removed.
Yeah, my kids never. I mean, they read it, but they never became obsessed with it. It just wasn't their thing.
Yeah.
So therefore, I didn't really have that much to do with it. I mean, we did go to Harry Potter World. That was fun.
Oh, that sounds fun. Is
Yeah,
that
that was a pretty neat amusement park. But we did there. I've had butter beer there, but I for the life of me I can't remember. I remember thinking it was kind of like a root beer / cream soda type of thing.
that sounds delicious. I'm getting thirsty and hungry in this whole. Yesterday we only talked about Gilmore Girls with all the guests. That just happened to be the through line in today's food and beer.
Food and beer, nothing wrong with food and beer. Who
No.
who could argue with, especially in quarantine? I mean, that's what else you got to do?
Nothing. That and today I get to carry my tree to Prospect Park to dump. So
Oh,
that's
is that what one does with a Christmas tree?
yeah, that's what we were told to do. Is walk.
Just dump it in Prospect Park?
There's a section of Prospect Park.
So there, I mean, is someone going to come take them, or it's just going to sit there?
I think they turn them to mulch.
Oh, okay. So someone will come and deal with it.
Well, I was going to write a news joke about this today and I didn't, but I'm forgetting where it is. I think in Wisconsin, there's a goat farm that wants your tree donations because goats play with them until they get bored with the trees and then they start eating them.
Okay. I mean, but you got to get it to the goat farm.
Yeah, you got to get it to the goat farm. So if you live near that goat farm, if you live near a goat farm, just jump your tree on their front porch.
Okay.
They like that.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't know that about goats. Did you know that about goats?
I know very little about goats. That is definitely a thing that I did not know.
Do you know one fact about a goat?
They'll eat anything.
Yeah.
That's really all I know is they'll just munch on just about anything.
So if you have anything, even that's not a Christmas tree, just dump it on a goat porch and they'll like you.
I think that's a fair statement. I don't know if the goat farm owner will be happy, but won't goats eat like cans? I mean, don't goats literally eat just about anything?
I will have to source Google, which we decided was God of Heaven today.
Google is God of heaven.
Yeah, Google's God of Heaven. I don't know. I'm making things up. You know those days where you wake up and you're not hungover, you didn't drink last night, but you feel drunk and hungover?
Sure. I know that feeling well, and I don't really get hungover because I don't drink enough to be that drunk. Like I try not to do that. Like I'll get buzzed, but I don't really want to get, so wasted that I'll be hungover.
Yeah.
But I know that feeling. It's a weird feeling.
It's a weird one. All right, goats will eat hay, grasses, weeds, grains, and sometimes even tree bark.
Oh, okay. So not anything.
Not anything. But like
I was wrong. I was spreading misinformation.
I want to start a whole podcast. Here's a crazy podcast pitch where we just spread misinformation.
See, that could be fun, but it's a little dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
It's a little dangerous because I mean, it depends on what misinformation you're spreading.
Yeah.
Because there's already podcasts that spread misinformation, but not in a fun way.
Yeah, I would just say ahead of time, like, this is misinformation. My fear is people would like misquote me or just like snippets.
Well, I was going to say they get only a little bit. Like you say, goats will eat anything, including humans.
Yeah.
And that gets out there, and then somebody takes that clip and then they use it. And now I don't think I want to be responsible for that.
No. The first thing that I edited ever, this is about 15 years ago, it was a video for my brother's high school class. And we took a phone call of one of his friends, and I hadn't known that you could do things like that. And I just like rearranged some of the statements so it made it sound like he had a crush on someone else in the class, even though he never said that, never even implied that. And I started trouble by playing this audio clip that was clearly doctored. And people are like, "Oh, Brad has a crush on so and so."
So it didn't sound doctored.
No, I'm a pretty good sound editor, so
I'll keep that in mind. Now I'm a little worried.
yeah, I'm gonna misquote you in saying that I'm the greatest comedian that you've ever met.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta be careful with my words. So far, it's all been about goats.
Yeah, goats.
So I think I'm okay.
Yeah, PETA's coming after you today.
Oh no.
On that note, do you have anything you want to plug before I get out of here?
Sure. Go to my website, brettsinger.com. That's Brett with 2 T's. And you can find everything about me, all my social media handles, and my podcasts.
Yeah, all the ones about you hating goats.
No, the comics who love comic books, and Brett from the bunker.
Great. Thanks so much for being here, Brett.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Oh my God, we had a great show. We're going to have another great show tomorrow. Everyone tune in. If you want to donate some money, just Venmo it to me at Ronnie Pascal on Venmo. I split it amongst the comedians here. They're all amazing. Check out all of their social medias, Jonders and Mudit and Brett. Thank you, everyone. Good day.
Rest in peace, MF Doom.
Rest in peace, MF.